In the small, sleepy town of Ashwood, where everyone knew everyone, the discovery of a body encased in concrete sent shockwaves through the community. It was a chilling crime that would test the limits of Detective Harold Grayson, a seasoned investigator with a knack for solving the most perplexing cases. The story began on a foggy Monday morning. Construction workers at a new housing development site were pouring concrete for the foundation of a building when one of them noticed something unusual. As the wet concrete settled, a human hand emerged from the mixture. The workers immediately stopped and called the police. Detective Grayson arrived at the scene within minutes. He was a tall, lean man in his late 40s, with sharp eyes that missed nothing. As he surveyed the scene, he noticed the hand was pale and stiff, indicating the victim had been dead for at least 24 hours. The body was carefully extracted from the concrete, and the medical examiner confirmed it was a man in his early 30s. His identity, however, remained a mystery. The victim had no wallet, no identification, and no distinguishing marks. The only clue was a small, faded tattoo on his wrist, a symbol that looked like a broken chain. Grayson recognized it as the mark of a local gang that had been active in the area years ago, but had since disbanded. Grayson began his investigation by interviewing the construction workers. They claimed they had no idea how the body ended up in the concrete. The site had been locked up the night before, and no one had seen anything suspicious. Grayson wasn't convinced. He knew someone had to have access to the site to dump the body. Next, he turned his attention to the gang symbol. He visited old contacts in the criminal underworld, hoping to find someone who could shed light on the tattoo. After hours of digging, he learned that the gang had been involved in illegal gambling and drug trafficking before falling apart due to internal conflicts. One name kept coming up: Victor Viper Malone, the gang's former leader. Grayson tracked down Malone, who was now running a small auto repair shop on the outskirts of town. Malone was a burly man with a scar running down his cheek, and he didn't seem surprised when Grayson showed up. He denied any involvement in the murder, but admitted he recognized the tattoo. He claimed the victim was a former gang member named Danny Cole, who had gone missing years ago after a falling out with the group. Grayson dug deeper into Danny Cole's past. He discovered that Cole had been trying to leave the gang and start a new life. He had even testified against some of his former associates in exchange for immunity. But after the trial, he disappeared, and everyone assumed he had fled town. The detective's next breakthrough came when he reviewed security footage from a gas station near the construction site. The footage showed a truck parked near the site late at night. The driver was wearing a hoodie, but Grayson noticed a distinctive logo on the truck's door, a logo that matched Malone's auto repair shop. Confronted with the evidence, Malone finally cracked. He admitted that Cole had come to him for help after the trial, but Malone had betrayed him. Fearing Cole would expose more of the gang's secrets, Malone had killed him and hidden the body in the construction site, knowing the concrete would conceal the crime forever. The case was closed, but Grayson couldn't shake the feeling that justice had come too late. Danny Cole had tried to escape his past, but it had caught up with him in the most brutal way. As Grayson stood at the construction site, now eerily silent, he couldn't help but wonder how many other secrets were buried beneath the town's surface, waiting to be uncovered.